rides his bike and surfs the sea, his speedos are too tight. He strides on down to Parliament and sits there on the right. He'll say things like suppository, he'll say things to delight. I even heard him singing Rhinestone Cowboy. He's never late for chapel, his dad jokes are all duds. He's always wrong on everything except for Kevin Rudd. I hate to have to say it, but I very firmly feel Tony's not an asset to Australia. I'd like to say a word on his behalf. Tony makes me laugh. How do you solve a problem like Tony Abbott? How do you take his ears and pin them down? How do you find a word that describes Tony? A scholar, dictator, conservative? Many a thing you know you'd like to tell him. Many a thing he ought to understand. Please make him go away and change his views on gays. How can he look his sister in the eye? How do you solve a problem like Tony Abbott? How to convince this misogynist to resign? When I see him on the news, he's bewildered and confused, and he never knows exactly what to say. He is sexist and overt, and to Julia he's a jerk. He's a joke, he's a liberal, he's a lamb. La pester any pest, leave our country in a mess, more annoying than Carl Sandilands on cocaine. He is gentle, he is child, he's a riddle, he is wild, he's a headache, he's a demon, he's a girl. How do you solve a problem like Tony Abbott? How do you take his ears and pin them down? How do you find a word that describes Tony? A nut job, a backwards hick, a clown? Many a thing you know you'd like to tell him. Many a thing he ought to understand. Please make him go away and change his views on gays. How can a religious man become so bad? Oh, how do you solve a problem like Tony Abbott? How to convince the bogans that he's mad?
All we need is Rudd. All we need is Rudd. All we need is Rudd. Rudd. Rudd is all we need. Rudd, Rudd, Rudd. Rudd, Rudd, Rudd. Rudd, Rudd, Rudd. All we need is Rudd. All we need is Rudd. All we need is Rudd. Rudd. Rudd is all we need. Nothing in the bank, the surplus blown. Deficit and debt repayments grown. Now we can see that he is just as bad as she. So it's easy. Anyone but Rudd. Labor's full of studs. but talent's what you need. Anyone but strut. Labor's full of studs. Rather realm of spud, but or maybe it'll be. Maybe it'll be. Maybe it'll be. Maybe it'll be. Anyone but rut. Labor's full of dust. Rather realm of fun. Anyone but rut. Labor's full of dust. Rather realm of fun. Talent's what you need. Talent's what you need.